Hey there, 2D here, and we're hopping into a Kaldheim draft, and holy guacamole. Starnheim Unleashed is not only a really good Mythic to open, it's maybe the best card in the entire set. I mean, just look at this. You foretell it on turn 2, and even just playing it on turn 3, a turn 3 4/4 Angel with Flying and Vigilance for 3 mana is ridiculous, and that's not even taking into account that it can be a much more than that. Just a fantastic card from like any position in the game, and we will definitely snatch it up. Otherwise, if we didn't have this like easy, maybe best card in the entire set to snatch up, there's Bound and Gold, which is a really good common. There's Ruined Crown, which is okay. You have to kind of build towards it, but it's fine. And both these uncommons are fine. But let's just snatch up the Starnheim Unleashed and head on to the next pack. Now this is a lot less exciting of a rare. There's a reason our person to the right of us passed this. Kolvori, it might be the worst god. It's just a really limited ramp spell on one side and then a really unimpressive creature on the other side. In white, we've got Doomscar Oracle. We're definitely playing white because we're going to play this pretty much come hell or high water. Stalwart Valkyrie, which is probably just better than Oracle. Draugur's Helm is a really good uncommon. We might just take, I mean, Bergstrider outclasses both of these by a huge amount. Blue-white isn't especially good, though, in this format. Black-white is okay, but I don't know about black-white as a sort of mid-rangey deck. Usually you want it to be pretty aggressive, double spelling to kill your opponent quickly. But I think maybe we just take the Stalwart Valkyrie because we know we're going to be in white, so I think it behooves us to try to kind of cut white here if there's nothing that really like jumps out as super good. And Usher of the Fallen is a fine 1 mana spell, so it's just a 1 mana 2/1, and then eventually it starts making us tokens if we get in there and boast with it. Vesker's Shieldmate's also fine if we end up wheeling that, although if there's another white draft, we're not going to. And besides that, Augury Raven's fine, Finn's actually great, Narfi's actually great, so some good stuff outside of our colors. Maybe Finn would be the second pick there. Here we have Battershield Warrior, quite impressive, a boast ability to give everything +1/+1. So the fact that we have 2 token makers, that makes this even better. You know, you obviously want to go wide with something like Battershield Warrior, and it's something that's going to, your opponent kind of has to trade with it, just to stop you from pumping it over and over again, so it's probably going to be fuel for this Valkyrie as well. Gold Mile Champion's pretty good. I've actually been pretty impressed by Wings to the Cosmos, although in this format it's sometimes hard to find place for combat tricks just because you want to be running equipment, which are actually pretty good in this format. Usually they're not, but in this format they are. Now here, Rune of Mortality is okay. It's you know, and if we put it on a piece of equipment, which we do want to run in white, because if we pick up some of the birds that we can put equipment on, it's pretty good. Fall of the Imposter is okay as well. You know, it makes it easier to get in with some boast creatures. But I mean, I think it's a better removal spell than people give it credit for. Non-targeting exile of what is usually their best threat is usually pretty good. So do I want to aim more towards green-white or white-black? I think this is actually more of a green-white deck, what I have here, than white-black. Like Code Spell Cleric, if we were going towards white-black, this would be a pretty good pickup, but I think in this case I would just pick up the Story Seeker. There's also a snow-covered forest, and going this late probably means that there's not that many snow drafters. Snow-covered forest is like the snow-covered basic. We could also pick up this Great Hall of Starnheim, which is just a good spell land. Maybe we could go towards black-white. I mean, this probably means nobody's in specifically black-white, the fact that this is the last uncommon in the pack. But we could just take the Story Seeker and not commit. I think that's what we're going to do. Master Scald, okay. Master Scald is quite good. If we pick up, you know, we already have Fall of the Imposter or something to get back with it. If we pick up some other good artifacts or enchantments to also get back, especially ones that naturally go to the graveyard like Sagas do, that'd be pretty good. And green, there's nothing really for us here. Priest is fine, but not really in the deck we're building. Okay, and here we have Goldmont Champion. There's also the red-white spell land, but not really what we're looking for here. Mammoth Growth is a pretty unplayable card, and I've actually been... Raider's Carve I would normally say is unplayable, but I've actually been kind of impressed with it. Here we could pick up an Arctic Tree Line for fixing. Fixing is very good. But we're not really sure we're in green yet. I mean, Fall of the Imposter isn't that big of a pull towards green, so I think we just take the flyer. Here, really there's nothing for us. I guess we take the Scorn Effigy, just a creature. And, okay, we're probably not going to be in snow, so this Ice Hide Troll isn't very attractive. And I guess we take the Sentinel, but we're probably not going to play the Sentinel. Oh, here we got an easy choice. Goldmot Champion's quite a good pickup this late. And then Wings the Cosmos. Again, if we can find a way to run it, we will, but we're not going to super go out of our way for it. If there's just better stuff for us to run, we'll pick it up. Okay, so here, Cosmos Elixir. This is sort of a hard card to evaluate, I think. I think usually when you see a card like this, you say, okay, this is unplayable. This is 4 mana, gain 2 life every turn. Like, that's not very good. But if you think about it in the different matchups, if we're up against a more controlling deck, this is going to be drawing us 2 cards a turn, which can allow us to beat up on them. If we're up against an aggressive deck, this is gaining us 2 life a turn, which is actually, I mean, our opponent's just trying to beat us down to 0 before we can do anything. That's quite good. So I think it's between that and Usher. I've actually been a little bit more impressed with Ascent than I probably should admit, and then Feed the Serpent's also good. But we're just going to take the rare here, a pretty good one at that. Okay, well, Alrund is quite a good Mythic, and maybe we should go into White-Blue. So a 2-mana, 2/3 flyer that gives us some scry action, and then eventually it basically draws us some cards when it's on the battlefield as a creature. Behold the Multiverse is another really good blue card. We could just take the Battlefield Raptor here. I don't think we're really like an Alrund deck, right? We're more of a beat you down in the air deck. Battlefield Raptor might just be the choice. Battlefield Raptor is probably the best white common, you know, maybe outside of Bound and Gold. So I don't know. I guess we take the Alrund. If we do end up in blue-white, we'll be really happy to have it. Well, okay, Clarion Spirit makes this choice really easy. There's pretty much nothing. Sorrow's Packmate is... okay, I was going to say there's pretty much nothing in the uncommon and common that we would take over it. Sorrow's Packmate, it gives it a run for its money. Clarion Spirit I think we still take here just because it's so good, and we're not certainly in green yet, but we are certainly in white. But Seraph's Packmate, if I was a little more sure about us being in green, I would take that over the Clarion Spirit. It's that good. Just a 2-mana 3/3 draw card, like, just ridiculous. Here, nothing really jumps out as too great. I mean, we could take another Goldmot Champion, but 3 is kind of pushing their usefulness. You typically want, like, 1 on the battlefield to tap down their best dude, but if you have 3, you're not likely to be able to actually use all of them in one turn. We could take the Snow-Covered Plains, but we have no snow synergies, and just Snow-Covered Plains is the worst snow basic in general. Carful Kennelmaster is pretty good if we do end up in white-black. Raise the Droger is actually pretty good in white-black. Better in black-blue. I think we just take the Goldmot Champion. I don't think there's anything enough to get us off of what we're doing right now. Well, okay, so do we take the Stalwart Valkyrie, do we take the Story Seeker? We don't have a lot of 2-drops to power out the Stalwart Valkyrie, but we can probably pick some up. Spectral Steel isn't something we really want to do. Draugur's Helm would be something, you know, we could have it as the top end on an aggressive deck, but I don't think white-black is really the best home for it. So we're going to take Story Seeker. Okay, well, there's Master Scald. That does push me... Okay, well, Goldbane pick is quite good. Especially if we get back that Falcon. Getting it on a flyer is really good. I think we just take that. That's actually a pretty good card. Goldbane pick, like I said, in this set, the equipment's actually pretty good, and typically that has not been the case in most sets in the most recent years. They just haven't put any power into equipment. But this set is different. Tyrite Sanctum. I mean, there's nothing really playable here. Elderly Mentor's so meh. I guess we just take Pilfering Hawk, I guess. If we do end up in blue-white, it's okay. Okay. Could take the Rune Crown and see if we get a crown. We could also take the Broken Wings, which I do think is main deckable in this format. There's just a lot of artifacts and enchantments to hit, and the fact that it also hits flyers puts it above, like, the white artifact or enchantment removal spell that is kind of a little bit too narrow. Rune Crown could be pretty good if we, like, stick it on a Story Seeker if we're able to get... we're going to take Broken Wings. Okay, so we're kind of divided between blue-white and white-green here. We don't really have a strong inclination towards either, and nothing in this pack really brings us in any direction either. We'll snatch up the Godshall Guardian, but I don't know. Here, Jarl is the best card, I think. Draugr Recruiter's not bad. I guess we take Jarl. So we got pathways into most colors at this point, which is good going into pack 3. If we open up a good rare, we can snatch it up. Here, there's pretty much nothing. We'll just take the Harbinger. Okay, Kennel Master, pretty good late pickup. Black might be pretty open. Demonic Gifts. Yeah, maybe. I guess this is a deck that Dogged Pursuit could work in. And we'll just, I mean, we'll take the Snow-Covered Plain. If nobody else is going to take it, we will. Ooh, Cosmos Charger. Okay, so now I think I want to be in blue. I think that's enough for us to want to be in blue, because Cosmos Charger is pretty good. Binding of the Old Gods is quite good, but it's both black and green, so we can't really run that. Nico Defies Destiny is not very good. Provoke the Trolls is meh. And Sculptor of Winter would be good, but not in this deck where we have one Snow Plane. So we're going to take the Cosmos Charger, which is just a 4-mana 3/3 flash flying that lets us foretell spells a little easier. So I think blue-white's where we're going to be, which is a little concerning. Blue-white isn't really the best color combination by a long shot, but do we want to take the Littjara Mirror Lake? We don't. We have Goldvein picked maybe, because this is just a tap island essentially. So the fact that we can almost never activate it isn't as big of a cost, but maybe we just take the Battleshare Warrior. We're kind of got enough 3-drops though. I guess we still take it. Probably don't want to run the Mirror Lake in this deck. Here, we could take the Disdainful Stroke, which I found to be a pretty okay deck or a pretty okay card in this format. Really, our other choices are something like Scorn Effigy, which is not very good, or a second Wings of the Cosmos, which I don't think we would run 2. I guess, we're really sort of a tap-out deck is the thing, with all these boast abilities and low-drop creatures and such. I don't know how often we're actually going to be able to leave up 2 mana for Disdainful Stroke. I'll just take the Wings of the Cosmos. Here, well, I found Raven Wings to be very, very good. And we are already kind of taking advantage of flying, so I think we'd take the Raven Wings here. Could also take the Droger Thought Thief or the Mists of Littjara. Littjara Glade Warden's quite good. I don't think it's good enough to push us back towards green over this Cosmos Charger, but if we hadn't picked up that Cosmos Charger, that might have been the push into green we needed. So we'll just take the Raven's Wings. Here, nothing really for us, unfortunately. There's Mists of Littjara, but it is, as far as removal spells go, it's about the worst. Could take Raider's Carve, I guess. But we have so many 3-drop creatures at this point that, yeah, we'll just take the Snow-Covered Plains. Here, oh man, Horizon Seeker. Yeah, we just haven't gotten anything out of this pack. I guess we take Horizon Seeker. If we do end up back in green just out of necessity, that's something we can play. And yeah, there's just been stone cold nothing for us. Just a bunch of Wings of the Cosmoses, a bunch of Brine Barrow Intruders, just, yeah, really not a great pack. I guess we take the Raider's Carve here, although we don't want to run it. But it is an option. Just having Crew 3 is just a little bit too much for what's essentially just a 4/4. It's I don't know. Especially with all these 2-drop creatures. Wow. So we just got pretty much nothing out of this pack in blue and white outside of Cosmos Charger. So I guess we take the Horizons. Maybe we take the Glade Walker, and maybe we just have to be in green. As much as I kind of wanted to play these, you know, what happened to our god? There he is. And out of this pack, I think we just take the Effigy. We do have a Master Skull to get it back, so there's some synergy there. We're not going to probably run any of these. Another Effigy. Sure. All the Imposter needs to get out of here. Yeah, we had not a great third pack, that's for sure. We got Cosmos Charger, and that's pretty much it. Like, all the blue and white cards were just... It's not like there weren't blue and white cards. It's not like somebody was snatching them all up, but they were just really bad. We just got, like, all the worst blue and white commons and uncommons. Droger Thought Thief is so meh. I guess we take Mists. Eesh. Yeah, there's a reason Mists are going so late. It's not a very good card. Whatever. And Wings. Alright, so we had a pretty good 2 first packs, and then we kind of veered into a lot of unplayable cards. But let's see. So I think we just run it like this. So our deck is a little bit rough, I think. We started out, I mean, we do, in spite of me saying that, we do have a rare, a mythic, so we got some power in our deck, but I do think it's not the best deck I built in this format, and that pack 3 was just so bad in our colors. Again, not even really because somebody else was taking cards, but just all the blue and white cards were just bad. We just happened to hit, like, the worst blue and white commons and uncommons all in a row, which is pretty bad. But let's head, I mean, we got 2 good packs. Let's see if that's enough for us to get the 7 wins here. So, alright, on to game 1. Alright, game 1 up against Bahamut is God, and we'll keep this. We got a 1-drop and kind of a 2-drop with Scorn Effigy. Maybe we just... Okay, so our opponent's an aggressive deck, so it's all about staying alive. So I think we do suspend this Scorn Effigy next turn because we're likely to play it on turn 3. I was thinking if we should just go ahead and get the Starnheim Unleashed down, but I think, well, that's a little unfortunate. We will make the attack here, so go to combat, attack. We're not going to be able to block this thing. Do we want to make the 1-1? You know what, a 1-1 might just be better. Because, I mean, next turn, if we just play the Scorn Effigy anyway, that's still 3 mana. That's what we're going to do. We don't really gain anything from suspending it this turn. But, so maybe making a 1-1 that we can chump with to save some life is a little bit better. Okay. They decide not to suit up their dude. Interesting. We are just going to take the 2. We're not going to chump a 2-2. We're going to save this chump for significantly more than that. So go ahead and take the 2. So what are they up to? There's a reason they didn't want to equip. Either they missed their land drop here. Okay, they do miss their land drop. Sweet. Oh, yeah, that God's Hall Guardian is quite a good draw. I think we just go ahead and... So what are we doing next turn? We're going to be playing Cosmos Elixir almost certainly. And if that's the case, maybe we ought to just suspend the Scorn Effigy. I think so. So we're going to suspend the Scorn Effigy because next turn... whatever, we'll just get in. Next turn, we're going to play the Cosmos Elixir, which is going to be a great cushion to buy us a bunch of time. And then also we can still play the Scorn Effigy. So we can kind of build up our board and play a little more defensively. This Tormentor's Helm does make it hard because if we do trade with this Death Knell Berserker, it's just going to make a zombie that they'll also equip up. Wow, they don't do anything. They're going to actually play defense here. Well, we're fine with that. Cosmos Elixir, Scorn Effigy, and no attacks. And now they got to start getting in. And if they do, that opens up the window for us to attack back. If they don't, then they're in trouble. We might just play Auron next turn. We have to decide between either suspending Starnheim and God's Hall Guardian, or just playing Auron. Not going to block. See, this is the thing, like, if we're playing aggressively, Cosmos Elixir makes it really hard to race... Oh, wow. Goldvein pick. Sorry, I kind of lost my train of thought there. So we could put Goldvein pick on the Scorn Effigy, get in, make a token, and also suspend something. I think we do that. I think that's better than just playing the Auron tier. Equip this to Scorn Effigy, go to combat, attack, and attack. I guess we can't actually do all that, but we're still going to do this and make a 1-1. Pass turn, gain some lives. And how do you race against this? How do you race against us just gaining 2 life every single turn? You know? It doesn't help that our opponent's drawn only 2 lands in, what, the top 10 cards of their deck. Pretty rough. But even without that, they would not be in a good place to race here. Oh, wow. Okay. Well, that's a way to dig themselves out of the mana screw. So, okay, and they're suspending something. I think they need to affect the board at this point, so I'm a little surprised they're suspending something, but we're gonna go, so we're gonna have 7 mana all told. So I think we're gonna Allrend and also play Starnheim Unleashed, so we'll go to combat, attack. Are they gonna chump? Okay, they're not gonna chump. but that lets us play Allrund. That lets us spin Starnheim Unleashed. And we get to... I think we're going to choose... Is there anything we really want to draw here? No. I think we're just going to choose land, because that's the most likely thing. Well, 2 creatures in a row. Brutal. The most likely thing for us to hit in our deck would be lands. So that's why I said lands. And we don't really need creatures at this point. So it was just a matter of how much are we going to draw, right? So we drew 0 off of our Allrund, but that's okay. Quakebringer, sure. So that's going to offset our Cosmos Elixir, and which is pretty good. Yeah, okay. We're just going to... Yeah, we're just going to do this. Had to think about it for a bit, but we're just going to do 2. Make 2 4/4s, and you know what? That's probably going to be enough just to win the game. And we're just going to switch this over to this one. No attacks. We're still going to name lands. Again, we don't need creatures at this point, so we're just going to name the most likely thing to draw. And there's 2 lands. Alright. Now Allrund's up to a 5/5. So Quakebringer makes it so we can't gain life. So this really does cut off our Cosmos Elixir, but we have 9 power in the air now. And an Allrund that's going to be getting bigger and bigger, and a Scorn Effigy, and 2 1/1s to push through some additional damage. So our opponent needs to have a pretty good turn here. Especially because we can just go Raven's Wings, put it on our Allrund. Even if they manage to kill one of our Angels, we still have lethal in the air. Gold Vein pick, okay. We got 2 Chumpers thanks to our Spirit boasting earlier. So they really don't have good attacks here. But they're also, yeah, they just had to scoop it up. Yeah, so we we just kind of mythicked them out that game. But even, I mean, we could have not played either of our mythics and still probably won that game pretty easily, I think. Part of it was they didn't draw enough lands, but another part of it was we just had, you know, this Usher pumped out some good tokens, which made it really hard to race. Cosmos Elixir made it really hard to race. Like, it's hard to be an aggressive deck when your opponent can just chump your big dudes and is gaining 2 life every turn. So I think we just kind of... Our deck just lined up really well with theirs, I think. So, sweet. We got to see Mythic, and Rare in play, so that might be the best our deck ever does. So, on to the next one. Okay, up against Golf Boy 93, and this is a pretty hand. It's a... I don't know, but we're going to keep it. We do have a Story Seeker plus a combat trick. Another Scorn Effigy is absolutely not what we wanted. Pretty unhappy to see that. We got enough Scorn Effigies forever. Oh god, Finn. Okay. Finn is going to be a problem for us. So I think we go Island, Story Seeker. Next turn we can suspend and or play the Pilfering Hawk and also leave up Wings to the Cosmos to try to deal with this Finn. Finn's a messed up card. So what he does, if you don't know, whenever a creature you control with Death Touch deals combat damage to a player, that player gets 2 poison counters, and 10 poison counters kill somebody. So here we can't block. So we're up to 2. So if our opponent hits us with 4 more times, either with Finn or with another creature with Death Touch, we just die. we're dead. It's over. So not great. Duskwielder. Well, that doesn't have Death Touch, so okay. Looks like our opponent's just an aggressive deck, which we're okay with. So we're going to go Pilfering. Be better just to suspend a Scorn Effigy. Pilfering Hawk doesn't do barely anything on this board. Yeah, we do want to leave up the 1 white mana. The reason we don't just play a 3-drop here is we want to leave up the 1 white mana to deal with this Finn. So we're not going to attack. No attacks. This is risky. I mean, if our opponent has a removal spell here, it's not good for us. But we gotta, I think, just play into it. We have to try to get this Finn off the battlefield. Okay, the fact that they... I'm gonna go for it. This, you know... I think we can't wait around forever hoping for them to go shields down. This at least forces them to use a removal spell on our Story Seeker if they're going to. Okay. So we 2-for-1'd ourselves, but we got rid of the Finn, and we had to in order to win this game. So that's pretty good, I think. And here we can do a 3-drop plus a Scorn Effigy, which should lock down the board pretty well. Okay, well, Herald makes that less true. Ooh, and a Comus Faithful. Okay, okay. So now that we drew a land, we're going to go Pilfering Hawk, Scorn Effigy, Scorn Effigy. Pass the turn. Comus Faithful is pretty scary. That is a card that very difficult to race. So we're gonna have to probably trade with it, but we can like throw our Pilfering Hawk or something in front of it. Okay. Do we want to just try to kill the Herald? I guess so. They would need something that gives it +2 power. So I think we try to get rid of the Herald here, because Menace is an issue. They didn't have removal last turn. Okay. We're okay with this. They got rid of their Pilfering Hawk, but that's okay. They play a Jarl here, it's going to suck. And there's the Jarl. Okay, well, that was something we definitely were worried about. I think we... does Battle Shield Warrior even do much here? Would it be better just to suspend this God Hogs? Yeah, we're going to just suspend this. I think getting this down next turn is more important than playing a Battle Shield Warrior here. That's just going to trade with a 2-2 or something. Getting a creature down that they actually can attack through would be pretty nice. And here, we got blockers for everything except Jarl. So if they're out of removal spells, out of Jarls and such, they really can't attack here very profitably. Okay, well, we are gonna do this because we don't want them to have like that demonic whatever spell, that one that gives it +2/+0 and Death Touch, and kill our creature and also. Okay, Mammoth Growth's whatever. That was gonna eat any creature. So here we can go God's Hog Guardian. So our opponent hopefully is now out of removal, and we have a big 3/6 that makes it really difficult for them to attack. They can't even activate the Skimfall. Okay, well, they're still going for it. We are gonna do this. Do you have a removal spell? Sure. Okay, they're just getting in the damage to get in the damage. So we're gonna go Battle Shield Warrior, Usher, and get in our 3 damage. It does have Vigilance, so we can attack here. Okay, and now we've kind of stabilized. You know, we're still just a removal spell away from being in some trouble. Okay, well, I guess we shouldn't have played the island there. Yeah, you typically want to hold on to... Wow. Okay, well, didn't expect that. Sure. So we'll go trade... Eat. You know what? We're going to do it like this. I'm still scared of that give your creature +2/+0 and Death Touch. And if they're going to use that, we want them to use it on the Elderleaf Mentor. Okay, they can't play a Jarl this turn if they have one. Okay, they're just crushing through as much damage as they can here, which makes sense. Gonna need to draw something pretty impactful. Any of our rares, any of our mythics, all would be good here. Oh wow, they got a rare of their own. Okay, at this point, I think we hold on to the island. We'll get in with God's Hall Guardian. Is there any reason to... No. Pass turn. Our opponent does get to go 2-drop into 3-drop into... make a 1/1, and they're almost out enough mana to activate as well. And we don't have a removal spell. This is why Miss of Lichar is pretty bad, because it doesn't deal with something like this. We need something that's actually just stronger than what they have on board. So we're going to need to draw a rarer mythic at this point. We've got 4 rares or mythics, and we've seen none of them, so that's pretty... Okay, so they are just going to kill the creature to get in with the Herald. So I think we just kill the non-token creature. And that is going to be game. Yeah, unfortunately, we just didn't draw anything really impactful that entire game. We kind of went through our whole deck, or went through half our deck and hit the least impactful cards of our deck, kind of the poopy cards we had to run because our pack 3 wasn't so great. But yeah, this is like a greatest hits of the absolute worst cards in our deck. You know, Usher's good. Besides that, all the rest of these are pretty meh. We just, you know, when you have a couple mythics and a couple rares, you expect to see one in the top half of your deck, but not this time. Alright, on to the next one. Okay, up against Graugach. And yeah, I mean, got a rare this time, so I'm not going to throw it back. Mists is the worst card ever unless we're up against an aggressive deck, but it's the only removal we got, and sometimes you just got to play it. But we do have something to do on turn 2 with the Scorn Effigy. Mythic Jar is basically just a concession to aggressive decks being good in this format. It's bad against pretty much everything else, and sometimes even bad against aggressive decks. Because sometimes you just need to actually get the creature off the battlefield. But we're still gonna have to run it just because we don't have anything. Opponent Mountain makes me think there's something aggressive, and they are. So Fearless Pup can kind of pump through the Mists of Lichara. Maybe we could run out the Story Seeker, which might be better in an aggressive deck. Maybe getting out this Cosmos Charger is the best thing we could do, though. Yeah, I think we're just gonna get our rare out there. Cosmos Charger also makes it cheaper to foretell, our Scorn Effigy. We might want to wait until turn 4. Well, we can't really like flash in this Cosmos Charger and block the Fearless Pup unexpectedly. So I almost want to wait on the Cosmos Charger so that we can get a reduced cost on the Scorn Effigy. But then we're only playing 2 mana's worth of stuff unless we play this Goldmod champ. You know what? We'll play the Goldmod champion. Pass turn. See what our opponent's got. If they attack, we're not going to block. This Fearless Pup's actually not bad, just because it's almost like a 1/1 unblockable a lot of the times. The threat of activation makes it pretty difficult to actually block, and especially when you start putting like equipment on it and such, it gets a lot more difficult. If we draw a land here, we might be able to do something like Goldvein Pick, equip it, play the land, and still have 2 mana up. Okay, Bloodsky Berserker is pretty scary. Ooh, okay. Huh. We could mist it, but it's just going to outgrow the mists. We didn't draw a land. So if we just play the Goldvein Pick, equip it, we're only going to have 1 mana left. Yeah, we really need to draw a land there. I think we just got to pass the turn, no attacks. We might have to just double block this Bloodsky Berserker. We throw away our Cosmos Charger by doing so, but it might be where we're at. I wonder if we should miss it. We just lose the game if they have a removal spell, so I think we just have to miss it. Miss the Bloodsky Berserker, which is a very temporary solution to Bloodsky Berserker, but it does mean we don't take 3 this turn. No blocks. Okay, opponent's just going to boast. They're going to probably just boast and equip the Tormentor's Helm to something. Okay. Land, land, land. Okay, there's the land. Okay, so now we can go Cosmos Charger, flash it in, and also Goldvein Pick, attack, play the 2/2. Okay, we're gonna just no attacks, pass the turn. If they get in with Bloodsky Berserker this turn, we're gonna just flash in the Cosmos Charger. Blue? They're Grixis in an aggressive deck? Okay, yeah, that's a problem. Okay, so if they activate here, they're gonna have 5 power, which isn't enough to kill both of our creatures. We're gonna do it. We're gonna double block here. I get 4 power. I mean, they're gonna have 4 power, and we'll block and block. And they can pump and kill our Cosmos Charger, but it gets rid of the Fearless Pup. Sure. Yeah, and the reason we do this is if they have a removal spell, it still wouldn't kill. It wouldn't double kill us, you know? The way this works out is we basically trade our Cosmos Charger for the Fearless Pup and also them basically skipping their whole turn. Okay, so here we're going to go Gold Vein Pick. Equip the Gold Vein Pick to Gold Mod Champion. Attack. Tap it down. And play the Scorn Effigy for free. Pass the turn. And so now we can keep doing this and making a bunch of mana. Eventually they're going to be able to grow this Blood Sky Berserker, but hopefully not by playing creatures. If they're just growing this Blood Sky Berserker, well, that's pretty good. But it doesn't block by itself. Well, that's pretty good. Jeez, wow, what a couple of cards to have. Holy crap. Yeah. Well, this can't block now. So I guess we go Gold Vein Pick on Scorn Effigy. Attack. Story Seeker. Batter Shield Warrior. Equip this to the Story Seeker. And end the turn. And I think we actually don't block here. So if we go 1, 2, so 3, 7, 10, that's still not enough to... What do we do here? Okay. We take it. Need to draw something here. Ugh, man, we don't want to draw lands. So we attack with everything, activate the Batter Shield Warrior. Opponent's going to block and block and take 3. We gain 4, they lose their creature, we lose our Story Seeker. And then we take 5, 6, 7... So we're dead if they double spell next turn. Alternatively, they block nothing and we'll probably just die if they do that. Yeah, this is the best we can do. We gotta hope they actually trade here. Okay, this is what we expected to happen. And then they put... Yeah, so we get to activate, pump our creatures. We unfortunately can't really just sit back. But I think we're just dead here. Okay, that's game. Yeah, we were just hoping they didn't do that, so... Alright. Okay. On to the next one. Oy. Yeah, two pretty rough matches in a row. We need to draw our rares and mythics, it turns out. And our opponent had a pretty aggressive start there, and we didn't really have the stuff to combat it. So, alright, on to the next one. Okay, up against Depth Premier, and they mulligan, so I think we are going to as well. Okay. Much happier with this hand. This might just be one of those play Starnheim Unleashed for 1 angel kind of hands. I guess we go down the Pilfering Hawk. We don't have any snow lands. It's the least impactful card in our hand. Although Scorn Effigy is up there. Yeah, we might just play the Starnheim Unleashed for 1. Depending on... I guess our opponent doesn't look like they're playing anything aggressive, so maybe we do everything else and see if we can get a couple Starnheim Unleashed activations. Yeah, you know what? We're going to do that. We're going to go foretell this, and next turn we're just going to go Gold Mod Champion plus Scorn Effigy. Just start putting some pressure on our opponent. Ice High Troll, sure. Opponent's on straight up snow. We're going to go Gold Mod Champion, Scorn Effigy. Next turn we can do something like foretell God's Heart Guardian and also play Story Seeker. Or tap down this Ice High Troll and play Story Seeker if we want to stay aggressive. Depends on what our opponent does this turn. If they just sit back with this Eyesight Troll, we probably want to be aggressive. Okay, Firewalker, we have to be able to trade with that, so it changes the plan a bit. So I think what we're going to do is... Raven's Wings is also quite good. We're going to go... Foretell this... Play Story Seeker... No attacks. We might just slap this Raven's Wings on the Story Seeker and go to town. I think we're actually just going to throw the Scorn Effigy under this thing. You know what? We're going to block with literally everything. I don't want this thing to live through this with some sort of a combat trick. I just want it dead. I don't want them drawing extra cards. I'm willing to trade a Goldmon Champion with it. Yeah. This way we also gain some life, which is nice. Opponent does nothing. Okay. That makes me a little unsure if we should play this God's Hall Guardian, because they could be holding up Disdainful Stroke here. I can't play Raven's Wings equip it and also do Starnheim Unleashed though. Foretell Starnheim Unleashed. Huh. Yeah, I'm not gonna play into it. So I'm gonna play Raven's Wings and Starnheim Unleashed. I'm gonna foretell that. Pass turn. Next turn, if we draw a land, we can play one of these and also equip up with Raven's Wings. Leave it open. Well, they just lost all that mana. That's good. So they just did nothing with 4 mana that turn, which we're pretty happy about. Expect a worm to come down. Arnie slays the troll. Okay, that's not good flavor. You can't do that. A troll can't slay a troll. Come on now. Okay, we are just gonna take the hit here though, because they can make it indestructible. Huh? And they don't. They don't pump it. We could play Starnheim Unleashed for just one angel, and that wouldn't be Disdainful Stroked. Otherwise, maybe we just run this God's Hall Guardian into it. Yeah, let's just do that. Get the Disdainful Stroke out of the way, and this way we can... I didn't expect that. Okay. They just have nothing? They just didn't pump for no reason? Maybe I just got, like, super next leveled? I don't even know. Okay. Well, we're going to Starnheim Unleash next turn for a bunch. We still can't really block this thing, unfortunately, because they can pump it up to get it up to 6 power, so we're just going to take it. This is just our life now. We're just getting hit by this Eyesight Troll for the rest of forever. They still didn't pump it. I don't know what's going on with our opponent. Okay, are they going to actually activate the Mirror Lake this turn? Okay, that makes a little more sense. Okay, so here, let's hold on a second. So here we've got 6 mana, so I can do it for... Okay, so I want to play the land, so I can do it for 3, right? Yeah. Otherwise, we were just going to hold on to the land, but... Oh, I did 6? Not 6, 3. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Attack. And whatever, we'll attack. I mean, they're going to block now because we should have attacked and then post combat done Starnheim Unleashed, because they might not have blocked out of fear if we had God's Hall Guardian first. We can't actually block. They don't play a second Snowland. We can't actually block the 3/4 with our God's Hall Guardian, so that's good. We're not taking just infinite damage every turn. We could also do something like just block everything lethally, like double block each of these, and then one of them would die. One of them would make itself indestructible and kill one of our creatures, but the other one would die, and we would only lose 1 creature. That goes a little south if they have a removal spell plus pump, because then we lose 2 creatures, and they lose 0. Yeah, I don't know if it's worth the trade there. I think we just block with God's Heart Guardian. They do have 2 cards in hand, and we have to respect that. We have them dead in 2 turns anyway, which is faster than they have us dead. So I think we just have to Okay, we're just going to take this. If this is all they're attacking with, we'll just take that. Because the worst this is 6 damage, right? So that's not going to kill us before we kill them. Yeah, so we'll just take the 6 here. Go ahead. Pump it. If you don't pump this card, if you attack every single time with this Ice Hydro and don't pump it... Okay, there it goes. I guess, you know, really, I guess what he was doing was leaving up the indestructibility of Ice Hydro on my turn. But there's really no reason to do that. Because I'm in blue-white. Like, what am I going to do that destroys it specifically? Yeah, there's really no reason to attack with the God's Hall Guardian. So, like, there's nothing... I'm not going to play a blue or a white spell that actually destroys their creature, right? It's going to be something that enchants it or exiles it. Okay. Yeah, they got... I mean, this doesn't really change the clock. We still have them dead in 2 turns here. And do we just snap off this Mists? I think we do. Just snap off the Mists here before they can have counter spells up, because I think the pretty much the only way we lose here is if they somehow kill us this turn. Okay. Alright. So the Mythic got there, as Mythics often do, so sweet. On to the next one. Alright, up against Preston G, and we'll keep this. I have a new theory with this deck, which is we're probably gonna mulligan if we don't see a rare or a Mythic. Because the games we haven't kept a hand with a rare or a Mythic in it, we just don't have the card quality, and we don't really have the card draw to dig to our rares and our Mythics, because our card draw is our rares and our Mythics. Well, you're a little late to the party, buddy. Do we want to just play this Alrund as a bird? Yeah, we'll just play the Pilfering Hawk, that's fine. Kind of wanted to play it as the bird, but if we're going to get a creature killed, I don't want it to be Alrund in bird form. Wow, Goldvein pick's quite a good draw, actually. So we can go Island, Goldvein pick, equip up the bird. That makes our bird into an actual threat our opponent's going to have to deal with, instead of just something they can ignore forever, because it's just 1 damage. Play the Usher of the Fallen. Pass turn, and now our opponent's got to do something. We have quite some pressure on them here, so they're going to need to either kill something, which is honestly just fine with us. Augury Raven's not fine with us. Yeah, here we're gonna go Plains, equip here. Attack with our Usher. Do we want to make a 1-1? Is 2 mana 1-1 draw a card better than playing a Battle Shear Warrior? I think so. Yeah, we're gonna do it. Because we have this equipment on the battlefield, creatures have added benefit. And it gives us the mana to equip up our Pilfering Hawk now. So we have that all set up for next turn, so we don't lose any mana in that exchange. And then next turn we can cast Alrund and start digging cards out of our deck. Glimpse of the Cosmos. Alright, so that doesn't necessarily mean they're on a Giants plan. They're probably just running some Bergstriders and such. So, not a big deal. Alright, and they foretell something. Oh, Starnheim Unleashed is pretty good. So do we even play Alrund this turn? I don't think we do. Because of the Starnheim Unleashed, we want to cast that next turn. So we're going to go to combat, attack. It's going to leave us with 6 mana. So we can go foretell this. Battle Shield Warrior. Yeah. Pass the turn. That puts some scary threats in our board. So our opponent, we're trying to get our opponent to tap out. Is why we wanted to put some threats on board here. We want them to tap out for like a Wrath or something. Well, that's not a Wrath, but it does hurt our mana, which isn't really what we wanted to see before we cast the Starnheim Unleashed. But we're gonna do it like this, and we're just gonna go balls out here. Sorry to be crude, but so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana, so we can Starnheim Unleashed for 2. And we're just gonna hope this is enough to win the game. This is really bad if they have that deal 4 damage to all creatures that aren't giants spell. But that's pretty much the only card I think that punishes us here. In most other cases, we just win the game because of this. So I don't think we can play around a rare Wrath that we've seen no sign. I mean, we wouldn't see any sign of it, but we have no reason to think they have that. Okay, Lindworm, I mean, it's a good card, but it doesn't punish us, so that's good. So here, I think we just attack with everything and activate, and they get to eat our Battle Shield Warrior, but whatever. Attack with everything. And opponent scoops it up. Woo! Okay. Oof. So we got there. That was a little bit tense, but we, I think we made the right play there. Yeah, that blue-red enchantment that deals 4 and everything was the only really disastrous outcome I can think of. I'm sure there's something else I'm not thinking of, but off the top of my head, that's the one thing that really messes us up for making the play we did there. But I think we had to just risk that. That is a rare, and we just had to hope they didn't have it, and they didn't, so we win. All right, on to the next one. Okay, up against Snakeo, and this is, I'm going to put my theory to the test. It's not like this is this is not a good hand, but we're going to mulligan this because it doesn't have a rare or mythic in it, and this one does. It has Cosmos Elixir. It also has a Battle Shield Warrior that we can't cast, so we're going to put that back to the bottom, but everything else, I mean, is colorless, so we can cast it with our mono blue hand here. Throw this back. And if our opponent's not super aggressive, this Cosmos Elixir can just run away with the game. If they are super aggressive, Cosmos Elixir hopefully at least buys us a few turns. And yeah, we're going to play Island here. I think we just suspend the Scorn Effigy rather than play the Raven's Wings next turn. Oh, okay. God's Hall Guardian isn't bad, but we do need a Plains before we can cast it, but still not a bad card to pick up. I think the best thing here... Okay, well, Cosmos Charger is pretty good too. We're just going to go Cosmos Charger, Scorn Effigy, pass turn. And probably just going to fly out this Cosmos Charger. Okay, so they're not on just green-white, they're also... Okay, I was going to say they could have just suspended the removal spell, but it looks like... Okay, we need to draw lands. Yeah, just pass a turn, no attacks. We can flash in this Cosmos Charger, which, if it survives, we get to suspend both Starnheim Unleashed and God's Hall Guardian for 1 mana each, which is pretty nice. We still do need white mana to actually cast either of those cards, but that is what it is. Serolf's Packmate is a very good card. This is not only... Probably, I think it's the best common in the set, but not only that, but it's also, I think, just better than the majority of the uncommons. Like, a lot of the uncommons are kind of not super great in this set. Let's see what they got. Okay. And a Glade Walker, sure. But we're just going to go ahead and flash out our Cosmos Charger. Come on, land. Yeah, land. Okay. So now we're going to go Raven's Wings... Attack and attack. And pass a turn, and now we can suspend both of these at instant speed for 1 mana each. You think I'm prepared for a Kaya? Are you kidding me? All right, well, Foretell. I mean, we can kill it. We can Scorn Effigy it, but man, that's not good. That's not good. Oh, we want to attack with both. No, we don't. Okay, so that means we're going to have to spend... We're going to have to spend 2 mana. Yeah. Gonna have to kill this Kaya, and also cast the Starnheim Unleash for just 1, which is pretty brutal. But we can't be taking so much damage here. So...
Look, I can't do everything.
We can't just spend our whole turn just equipping the Scorn Effigy. We're just not going to win like that. If our opponent has a fight spell here, it's not good for us. God's Hall Guardian can still block in that case, because it'll be... Serolf's Packmate will have 2 counters on it. And a Vengeful... Good God! Alright, well, we will eat this. Take infinity damage. I don't think we have time to play... Oh, okay, Wings of the Cosmos is actually pretty good. So we're going to go God's Hall Guardian. Attack and attack. And we're going to Wings of the Cosmos to flip this Scorn Effigy back up. Oh, God, come on. Alright. That might change things. We might have to use it on the God's Hall Guardian now. Code Spell Cleric. Okay. So how do we want to do this? I can give this flying. Give this... I think we need to... Wings of the Cosmos. Yeah, Scorn Effigy is fine. And I think we have to get rid of this Rolls Pack, mate. I think we just gotta kill this thing. It's a little too out of control. So, it does mean we're gonna have to leave back. Alright, we're gonna have to equip up this God's Hall Guardian. Okay. Land there was actually perfect. Because now we can play this and also give flying to our God's Hall Guardian. No attacks. I mean, if our opponent draws removal here, we're just dead. That's just the truth of it. We can't win if they draw removal. But we were never going to win if they drew removal. Okay, Valkyrie is not the best card for us to see, but also not the worst. Oh, blee moly. Okay, well, we do have to make this trade. Sure, sure, sure. Ah, Snow-Covered Plains, last card we wanted to see. Well, equip this up. Leave the card in our hand to discard if they play Skull Raid. We have to trade with a Stalwart Valkyrie here, which is brutal. Yep, so we go down to 1. No creatures on board. Maybe we should have held on to the Starnheim Unleash, but I felt like we needed to do what we did. Yeah, I don't think there's any coming back now. Battleshear Warrior. We go up to 3. Yeah, we're just dead. Brutal. That's a brutal way to end it, but So, we ended up not doing so good with this deck. The problem is we had some good rares and mythics, but we just didn't have a good deck. The core of our deck was just bad. And really it comes back to that Pack 3. We had a good Pack 1 and Pack 2, and then just had nothing in Pack 3. Like, all of the cards in our colors were just borderline unplayable. So we just kind of got screwed out of a third pack, essentially. So, but we'll check out what we got out of our pack. Sometimes, you know, sometimes this happens, you know. Maybe we should have been in green-white. It did look like if we had went green-white, we probably would have ended up with a better deck in the end, but we couldn't really know that until we were significantly into Pack 3, and we got some okay rares. But anyway, this has been 2D. I hope you enjoyed watching. I sure enjoyed playing, and I'll see you next time.